Amy with Momma-Builds, and this is my Ancient America world. This is part 4. I've already done tours of the plaza, which is down there, and then I've got one that shows a little bit more of my houses and some pyramids over on that other section that's like beyond the mist that you can't see. And this is the fourth section over here that I wanted to do. I will probably do about 6 videos total, but I just wanted to share a couple of my little builds over here and just kind of let you see the lay of the land. So we've got the plaza. The plaza has this big river on the other side, and I have houses that just follow all the way down on both sides of the river. And then I have pyramids. You can see a pyramid back there with the cenote, and then another pyramid across the river over there with those houses. And then we kind of just get over to this little side. There's no pyramids, it's just houses. And I started with these little guys in the front, and then I started over here as my second area where I started building, and I started making 2-story houses. I was just like, okay, well, these little houses that are 1 story, that are like these little um studio apartments, but they're houses, they're all well and good, right? But what could we do if we build up a little? What could we do? So I have my little sitting area, right? Got a little kitchen area, and then a table and some chairs, right? So some storage, some seating. And then if you come up here, you've got like this attic type space and then a bedroom, right? So some beds. So that works, and that's fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. That works, right? Like in a more realistic world, I have a world I call Crassville. It's done with a natural texture pack, and it has all of these really big, grand houses. But in real, like, really though, a house like that is perfectly acceptable and fine. So I have this little cool bridge. You can see the plaza down there. But then I started exploring a little bit more, and I'm just like, hey, I want to do some colors. I want to do some different styles. I think I'm going to start making them a little bigger. So I'm going to share a couple of those builds with you today. So we have this pink house, as I'm sure ancient America built in pink and cherry, right? I mean, who wouldn't? So we've got a little family room and a table and chairs and a cute little L-shaped kitchen. And then you go up the stairs, or I mean ladder, just like the other house. And then you have the bedrooms or the beds, right? And so you can see I carried um the theme of the fence windows on up to the second level, made it a little taller than that first 2-story blue house across the way. So it's really just nothing. I wanted a lot of variety. So even though it's maybe not realistic to have a pink house, especially as like an ancient house, I really liked the idea of changing it up and using different woods, different colors, different building materials, and really just building wherever I land. And I really did very minimal, like landscaping or flattening out areas. I really kind of contoured the house as much as possible to the area that I had. So we've got a little living room, sitting room area, a little L kitchen, the bedroom, and then a little table. Right? So this guy is just 1 story. He's back to that kind of 1 story feel. Um, but he's kind of cute. He's kind of cute. I like him. And then if you keep, as you can see, I did. This is probably one of the only worlds that I actually took time to join my houses with paths, because it's just painstaking and a pain in the booty, and I fly around anyways. So, but this is one of the worlds that I did do that. I have paths and bridges and all of those good things. So this house is not huge. Oh, hello, bees. Where did you guys come from? It's a little more stately because it's got like the kind of like, I don't know, the marble feeling blocks. And it just feels a little more stately. It's not huge though, like you might expect. But You see that this is one of the very few houses that I have glass panes instead of the fencing windows. This is kind of a larger, more like realistic family room. We've got this little kitchen here, which I think is kind of cute. It's a little bit bigger, still like a small table with little chairs around it, and then a bedroom. So it still has that kind of simplistic um, one room house feel to it, but it's just made in more stately, like building materials. So then we'll come over here and we're going to check out this guy right here. So he also has the gray, he also has panes. Like I said, only a few houses have the panes. This guy actually has artwork. I started doing a little bit more of an updated version of the houses, adding panes here and there. Still just like one roomed houses, nothing really super big or fancy, but they feel a little more updated, right? A little bit. And then if we head over to the brown and the mud brick, so he's kind of cute. He's back to the fence windows, right? So I'll show you here. You know he's got an upstairs because he's got these little windows up here, um, but also fairly small. He, oddly enough, actually has a staircase. A lot of them just have the ladder. But we've got a little family room, table, a little kitchen area. I love walking on the mud bricks. They've got such a funny sound. And then a little table, or not table, a little bed with the little side tables and dressers, chests, just like the usual bedroom stuff. But it works, right? You got your living area downstairs, your sleeping area upstairs. So some cute little houses on this little side of the river. There's another one over here. He's kind of over by himself, so we'll go check him out. This is one of the bigger ones that I did. I like this one a lot. I like his shape, and he's got like the taller roofing in the back where the second story is, and then like the wraparound roof in the front that's like lower. I like that feeling. I believe this is just packed mud. Thought it looked really nice with the terracotta. You come in and it feels much more spacious than the other houses. It's got a little living room, almost like a normal size kitchen, just no island, and then a bigger table. So definitely a little bit bigger, a little more intricate. And then I just decided this house is a little different. That I was just gonna do this little rounded staircase, and it takes you up to the second floor, which has several different bed areas. So there's three different, and honestly, they're big enough. I could have easily like put a wall here and made this one and close it off. I could have made this one and closed it off, and a third. So I could have easily given these guys their own like separate rooms. I could have easily done that. I guess I just decided not to, but it would have been easy enough. So let's go ahead and we're going to turn it back to day. Now, on the end of the river, it kind of dead ends over here, and I was just like, what am I going to do with this space? This is kind of cool. It's got this little waterfall. So I decided to make this like a place for a house. I was just like, well, let's do this then. Let's put some boats, and this is like somebody's little like spot out of town a little bit. Up high, you got a nice view. You've got the mountain right here. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was a pretty cool place to put a house. So it's on stilts. It's got a nice view. It's got the water right there. You come in, you've got a table. This even has an island, kitchen, bedroom, and then the living room. So just kind of cute. Not huge, but I like it. I definitely like how it turned out. Holy cow, that was loud. I wear headphones with the headset while I'm um, doing my videos, and so when there's like thunder and lightning, a storm with the thunder, it's scary. It's so loud in my headphones. All right, guys. Once we start heading over here, didn't I get that like cleared? So we have this little guy over here. This house, I like the green with the tuff. He's got the same kind of roof that I did a certain type of roof with the upside down stairs around the perimeter of the roof in this house. We've got a nice little family room, sitting area. There's the kitchen, table. Did the table a little different. And then the bedrooms over here. Also could have completely made this at least two different rooms, but I guess I just decided not to. I don't know. And then instead of the wood, I went with the iron um, gate. So there you go. This guy has some of those cool like little pillar things. He's got a little bit of like a desert or I don't know, just like a different little look to him. I like it though. I think it looks pretty good. We'll go in and check him out. The birch with the magenta or purple, I think looks nice. So it's got a little living room, the table, bedroom, and then the kitchen. Kind of a weird setup actually, but I still like it. Then last but not least, I'm going to show you this little guy over here. He's on the same piece of land, but he's covered up by all the trees. So we've toured all these little houses over here, except for the white one, and we're going to do the white one and that little peninsula, and then over beyond to the end of the village for probably the last video. But this guy, he has his own little dock down here to the main river that runs through to the plaza. So you can see over there. And then you come up over here, and he is, like I said, one of the only ones with the glass panes. There's only about 4 of them in the whole world. So we've got the kitchen and the table here. And then on this ground floor, you can go downstairs into this little basement area. And this is the bedroom and like the storage area. So it's like quiet and nice down here. I kind of like it actually. You come up, you go back to that main floor, and then you can go up to this room. And this is like the little sitting area, which I really kind of like, even though this house is really small, because it has the 3 stories. Um, every room has its own like space. It's kind of nice, and I like that you can see out the river. You can see the plaza over there, across the way to your neighbors. I just like it. I think it's kind of cute. So this was part 4 of my Ancient America's World. No special texture pack. But I really do like um, how this world turned out. I even have plans coming back and doing some more, although I do feel like it's definitely I don't know, it's a nice size. I like it. So I'd love to hear your comments. I realize that it's not like they've got the parts that look kind of like ancient ceremonial sites and things like that. And then I have some more like modern and updated small like village houses. I realize I amalgamed I as I went along. I changed things up as I went along. And the other thing is that I get bored. Like I don't like doing the same thing over and over again. I like to use the different building materials. I like to try different um, ways to make things, houses all a little different. So that's what I did. No two houses are at all completely alike, and I like that. I like variety. I like it. So come on back for more. Like, subscribe. If you liked seeing this village, like I said, this is like the fourth video for going around and checking out the different builds in this world. I also have all kinds of suburban houses, modern houses, all kinds of fun things to go check out. So feel free to check out my channel. Like, subscribe. It helps the algorithm push my videos out there to people that might be interested in watching this type of Minecraft video. And feel free to comment and let me know what you're liking and what you would, maybe like to see more of. So I'm hoping that everyone's having a wonderful day and keep building.